Hello and welcome to Gator Spotlight. Today we have an exciting guest for you, Jaben Makings. He's got a growing wholesale business and he's going to explain to us how he was able to scale basically from nothing to 20 deals in a year. Hey,
Hey,
Jaben.
thanks for
How
having
are
me
you,
on.
man? Hey, my pleasure, man. I'm so excited you're here. We only met like less than a week ago, but I feel like we're already clicking and going to be able to do some deals together. I really appreciate your energy and your great communication skills. I can see why you were able to scale your business so fast.
Awesome. I appreciate that.
So right out of the gate, tell us one of the stories you were sharing with me about a lady that you helped in North Carolina. How did that work?
Yeah. So last year we had a lady reach out who was in a smaller suburb of Charlotte. And she was an older woman who had recently inherited her sister's property unexpectedly. So she was drowning in the stress of managing that property and trying to keep it up. And then on top of that, the house needed extensive repairs. So you name it, it pretty much needed it. Like the roof was leaking, all the electrical needed to be redone, plumbing, AC, I mean, almost everything. And it definitely was not market ready. She couldn't rent it out. So there really weren't many options. So we talked with her about her story and what she needed from us. And then we evaluated that property, made her a fair, no obligation cash offer. We did not ask for any repairs to be done. And then we closed quickly and got her a fair price for the house. So this is just kind of one of many examples of how we help people turn these burdensome properties into, cash or just a fresh start.
Yeah, so that's great. That's great that you can help people in those tough situations. And that really is, I don't know. I mean, yeah, we're making money, but really that's where the joy comes from helping people out in those tough situations. I know my wholesalers out there are going to be asking the question, where did you get that lead from? Like, how did you find that?
So we started doing PPL leads, which is pay per lead. It's a little bit different from pay per click. So pay per click, you have to get your own website up and running and start running pretty much advertisements on Google. With this PPL, it's pay per lead. So you're paying a set amount, kind of like on a bidding platform on their website, and they run all that advertising from you. So every time you win the bid, a new lead will come in, and then you just call them and close it. But it didn't start that way. We actually started with agent outreach, and that's where I've had most of my success in until late 2024 when we jumped into the PPL stuff.
Okay, great. So yeah, this is new. The pay per lead thing. I mean, that costs some money. So you got to maybe get a few deals in your belt before you're ready to go that route. But like you said, agent outreach has been really working well for you. Now you had some experience in the real estate world prior to starting as a wholesaler. Is that correct?
Yeah. I started off as a real estate agent at age 18.
Wow.
And I knew the end goal. Well, I guess the main reason I got into being a real estate agent was to invest in real estate properties. And I knew that's kind of the end goal. So as I was kind of becoming an agent and working as an agent, I kind of heard about this thing called wholesaling. And I knew I wanted to get into that eventually because you could cherry pick the best properties for yourself while still making pretty good cash doing it. So finally, I had a good enough year as an agent where I could jump into wholesaling full time. And that was about a year and a half ago when I started my wholesaling company and went all in on it.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So, do you think people need to have like a real estate background to have a real estate license to be able to be an effective wholesaler like you?
Not at all. Not at all. So I'm a part of a community, Austin Zabak's program called Flip and Simple, and I help coach and mentor a lot of new students in there. And there's so many. It's very rare that somebody joins it and they have real estate experience. It's a lot of
Mhm.
new people, and I'm seeing some of them crush it with absolutely no real estate experience because they just put their head down and do what they're supposed to every day.
Yeah, it's the grind, right? I mean, it's not about prior experience or having things handed to you. It's about putting in the reps, right? Getting on the phone. So, is that how you started your business? I mean, we're talking about you went from in the last, you've been in business for what, a year and a half now, and you went from zero wholesale deals to 20 deals in a year, which is a great track record. But how did that happen? How did you get started? Obviously you weren't doing the pay per lead at the beginning. What were you doing?
Yeah. So if you're just getting started in wholesaling, step number one is going to be to find a mentor, a coach, some sort of community because just learning everything on YouTube, it's tough. There's so much scattered information. You're going to get paralysis because there's so much information and you're not going to take action. So find somebody who's been there or is where you want to be at some point, and get a roadmap, get the exact steps that you need to do, and then take action. But I'd say the best way to get into wholesaling is through agent outreach. So it doesn't cost any money. You're able to call these agents for free and build relationships with them and essentially get deals spit out to you every single day. And I'd say if you're brand new, the number one tip that I would have is just taking action, because I see a lot of new students where they join and they just kind of sit there, they get stuck because there's so much information, but you just need to take action and get into the thick of it. And then you're eventually going to start getting deals.
Right. Yeah. Like you said, a lot of people jump in, they get in training mode, which is not a bad thing, but then they kind of get in analysis paralysis and they don't take action. And you're not going to get deals just by watching training videos or watching, you got to take the action yourself. So yeah, I agree with you 100%. Plugging into a community where they're going to encourage you to take action is really going to help get new wholesalers especially started. So that's great. So was your journey wasn't, you didn't like all of a sudden, you're doing deals right away. It took a while to get some traction. Is that right?
Yeah. It took a while. So it was up and down. Like I ended up closing a deal within my first 30 days, but that's more so luck of the draw in my opinion, because I didn't close on for another 2 to 3 months after that. So the first 6 months was kind of up and down, learning the business. And then finally it took off in January of 2024, where I started getting some consistency and then just being able to crush it a little bit. And then back to the paralysis over analysis. In the book, Atomic Habits, it says there's a study in there, and I always like to share this with newer people, but there's a study in there. They had two groups, and they were in art classes, and they wanted to see who could paint the most perfect picture and by the end of 6 months. And so one group got to just sit there and study what the perfect painting looks like for those 6 months and just figuring out the perfect way to paint this picture. The second group got to just sit in there and paint pictures essentially every day and just learn by trial and error. And sure enough, by the end of the 6 months, the group that was in there just practicing with not much training, that was just taking action every single day, was the one that had the best painting by the end of those 6 months. So that, relating back to wholesaling, don't sit there and just try and learn the whole time. You just got to start doing it. You're going to sound horrible, screwing up on calls. I mean, I even do still sometimes, but that's just all part of it. So just get in there and take action.
You just got to fail forward. You just got to, you learn more from your mistakes, and the more reps you do, the better you're going to get, right? I love that book, Atomic Habits. I have a copy of it right here. Actually, I got several copies of it. And yeah, gone back to it, read it several times. This is a great book. If you're new, this will help you up your game for sure. So I appreciate that. And that's a great story too.
Yeah.
Now we were talking too, that's another really good book is The Compound Effect. And we were talking about how, especially with the agent outreach, how does the compound effect help you right now to grow your business?
So with agent outreach, when instead of doing direct to seller, which the odds of you getting a referral from the sellers is almost non-existent, a referral or doing past business. Whereas with agent outreach and wholesaling, you're able to work with these agents several times throughout the year. So you'll be able to close one deal with them, and they're consistently getting properties in every single year. So it's just a repeat business. So you're going to be able to stack all these agents that you're currently doing deals with, and you're going to keep adding agents every single week, every single month. And it's just going to continue to compound until you're just doing more deals than you know what to do with.
Well, that's where you're at now. That's why you're scaling, right? You're looking to add people to your team and grow your team because the deal flow is increasing. That's awesome, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, good stuff, man. I hope this helps some new people out there. And you did mention that you will help coach new people. Maybe you can plug them into that Flip and Simple group or find where it would be a good fit for them. How can people get a hold of you if they want to reach out and maybe pick your brain or, learn a little bit from you of how you got started and how they can get going and take action?
Yeah. So follow me on Instagram. It's Jaben _makings. and send me a DM. I love to give back and help new people out because I was obviously there once. So reach out. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have or hop on a quick call with you and just help troubleshoot what you're doing wrong or kind of the next action steps.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Well, hey, don't hesitate to reach out to Jaben. I'm looking forward to doing some deals with you, my friend. Excited to partner and connect. And since we both live here in the Valley in Phoenix, Arizona, Scottsdale, Arizona, we can connect and do some things together. So I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm
All right,
excited.
man. Well, hey, it's been great having you on the show. Appreciate you giving us some of your time, and I look forward to connecting with you soon.
Yeah. Thanks, Tim.
All right. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Yep.
Well, that'll do it for this episode of Gator Spotlight. I hope you got some value out of that. If you did, please like and also check out our other videos and subscribe by clicking to the link right here. We'd love to grow our viewership so we can have a greater impact and help more people be successful in real estate. Have a blessed day.